Welcome to another episode of Smitty Snippets. I'm your host, Smitty. I'm joined by my lovely sister, Christina. Say hello to the nice people.
I'm back, baby.
We got a pretty good show tonight. We got some news for you, got some show news for you, and we're going to talk about these shows, which seem to be a disappointment lately, at least to us. But,
Mm, mm.
we'll get into that in a minute. We want to appreciate everybody who hung out with us Tuesday for our first Tuesday show. And, yeah, we're going to try and make that a thing, a regular thing. So,
Yep.
Chris, what you got?
I have a bunch of news. So we can go ahead and get into that. First up is Keanu Reeves is kind of a fibber. As per deadline, there are several John Wick projects in the pipeline. First would be an animated prequel to Keanu Reeves an animated prequel with Keanu Reeves expected to voice John Wick. A Kane character spinoff played and directed by, Donnie Yen. And then you have John Wick Chapter 5 with Keanu Reeves returning to star and franchise filmmaker Chad Stahelski back to direct. So, what do you think about that?
It could be good. I don't know. I'm personally tired of prequels and all that stupid shit.
Yeah, okay.
I really am. I
Mhm.
just I don't know. It's just something about it, Like, oh, now it's somebody's child is
Right,
coming out. Just do something else. Come up with something else.
right.
Just do something else.
You know,
You know. That's all I'm saying.
again. Well, we've I think beat that horse to death though. Moving on. Dexter returns to the past again. The prequel series Dexter Original Sin has been renewed for a second season with Showtime. So those of you who happen to be Dexter fans, I am not, but I know that there's a huge following for it. So for those of you who happen to be interested in that series and like um, the prequel series that recently came out, I think it was last year or what have you, that is now coming back for a second season. So,
Dexter was pretty good. Dexter was pretty good. At least the old one was. But
mhm,
again, it's the same, same thing. They did with the Baba Yaga. Same thing. It's his kid.
mhm.
Everybody's kid is the same as their parent, I
So
guess.
you haven't watched this particular series with the original sin. You haven't watched that.
With what?
You haven't watched this series, the prequel series, the original Dexter Original Sin,
No, I didn't see the prequel. I saw the one where
the
they
original.
with his son.
Uh huh.
He finds
Okay.
out his son is a murderer,
Okay.
and he has to teach him how to do it and not get caught.
Gotcha.
So
All right. Next up, for those of you like me who are super Rick and Morty fans, thank you very much. Season 8 premiere date has been revealed. Adult Swim has announced that season 8 will begin on Sunday, May 8th at 11 p.m. The date was revealed during Adult Swim's annual April Fool's Day broadcast special. So I personally am very excited. I love Rick and Morty. It's been my like one of my favorites since it came out some years ago. I was actually upset um, when the first season came out, and it took a few years for season 2. So, I'm totally excited. Um, Last but not least, actually, that's a lie. I have one more item after this. Spider-Man news. For those of you who are Spider-Man fans, Spider-Man 4, starring Tom Holland, will be called Spider-Man Brand New Day. There is no word yet on if this will be based on the diverse comic book storyline of the same name. And in addition to that news, you have Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, which I love this particular series. The third film of the Miles Morales trilogy is scheduled to release June 4th, 2027. The film originally had a March 2024 release date, but was pushed back due to the strikes in Hollywood. I love this series. I love the visuals that you get with the artistry that they have. The storyline is absolutely amazing, so I'm really excited for that to come out. Do you? prefer the Miles Morales, the Beyond the Spider Verse storyline over the um, actual live action.
Um, sort of like the first
Hmm.
one I loved. I thought it was really well done. And then
Hmm.
the last one they did where they had like 1,000 Spider-Man, and then like I understand that they tried to make everything look like comic book, which was
Hmm.
pretty good. But then the last one they did, like they took it too far. Like there was certain, like they made the background look just like a comic book, and it was just too much, right? If I wanted to read a goddamn comic book, I'd have read a comic book. But I wanted to watch the movie. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It was good, right? But I don't want to. I don't. You don't have to do. You ain't got to do the whole movie like that. Yeah, I just want to see. You know,
Okay.
I want to see Spider Man do his thing because sometimes the screen was blank and there'd be like a box behind him, just a box
Right,
where
but that's but that draws you to pay very specific attention to that scene and not the
no,
surrounding. Okay.
no, no. I want to watch. No,
Okay.
no. I
All
want to
right.
watch TV stuff, just
Okay.
TV stuff.
All right.
You
All
know.
right.
So
Final bit of news. Jurassic World Rebirth is the most anticipated summer release. I know you don't happen to believe that, but there it is. Jurassic World Rebirth came in at the top of Fandango's poll of moviegoers' most anticipated release of summer 2025. The
so
rest is.
I don't know if you remember this, but when the last Jurassic Park came out,
Mhm.
do you remember what the headline was?
I don't know.
It's the last one. It's the last one. No more Jurassic Parks after this. The
Well,
last one.
they lied.
You don't
So they
remember that, do
lied.
you?
I
I
do
do.
not know.
I do.
Mm-mm.
They was like, oh, there's no more Jurassic Parks. That's it. We just gonna let it die. And now look. They just won't let this son bitch die. They
Well,
will not let it die. Just let it
well,
die.
I think you'll be surprised to hear in order the rest of the movies that are due to come out that fell behind this. So Jurassic World Rebirth was one, Fantastic Four First Steps two, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning three, Superman
Fire. I
four.
can't wait to watch that one. I
Well,
cannot wait to watch that one.
apparently everybody else can watch Jurassic World Rebirth prior to watching that. After Mission Impossible, you have Superman, Thunderbolts, From the World of John Wick, Ballerina, 28 Years Later, How to Train Your Dragon, Lilo Stitch, and Freakier Friday. So there you have it.
I'm actually
And
looking forward
that.
to a lot of that. A
Are
lot of that.
you?
Especially Superman. Oh, absolutely. Superman. Not that damn
Mm-hmm.
dog though. Not that goddamn dog. I don't care about that. But Um, Superman, I am looking forward to. That looks pretty decent. I thought maybe they
Mm-hmm.
had too many characters in it, but it looked pretty good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. It's pretty comic accurate, so
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Mission Impossible looks. The first half of that was amazing. It's probably one of the greatest Mission Impossibles that I've seen, and I think there's like one or two more in there that you were talking. Oh, 28 weeks or years later or whatever it is.
28 years later. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I watched the first and second installment of that. So, and that looked pretty decent. So I can't wait. I can't wait to watch that.
Okay. I
Frankenstein
think
is
you
goddamn
forgot to say
crypto.
that.
Listen, you got to
I, for,
stop with the
I
crypto.
forgot.
Okay, you got to
I
stop with this crypto. Don't
I
nobody
feel
care
like
about
you
that
forgot
goddamn
to say
dog.
that you were also interested in Freakier Friday. Like I feel like
Nah,
that was like
nah, that
number
ain't
one
me.
on your.
That ain't going. That ain't going. Go ahead. Nah, I ain't gonna watch none of that. I got news of
Okay.
my own.
Okay.
Blade seems to have pissed off everybody involved as they have
Okay.
tried to make it not one time or five times, but like six times over. They can't seem to know, they don't know what they want to do with that movie. So they have canceled it altogether.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no Blade. No Blade.
Really?
No Blade, no spoon, no
Okay.
nothing. You ain't getting nothing. Okay? There
Oh.
ain't gonna be nothing. No
Oh.
vampires, no nothing. They can't get it right. So they have
Uh,
canceled.
did they say exactly what they were having difficulty with, or they just said it's
The
just in
script
cans?
so the script was a problem. They brought the director in and they did
Mm-hmm.
the script and they tried to work it and they realized it was corny.
Mm-hmm.
So they fired the director. They brought in another one and they tried to redo the script and they didn't like that. Of course, he had to work towards or to the studio's time. He didn't like that and yeah, so everybody just got tired of it. And plus they had to remake it like 5 or 6 times and they were just like enough of this.
Oh, that's a
Let's
lot
just
of money
let's
out the
just stop it. Now I'm
window.
pretty
Yeah.
sure at some point they're going to make one, but yeah, this is just it's been a
But
mess. So I'm glad they've canceled it rather than put out some crap. I'm glad they canceled it.
okay, well,
A
hopefully, if they
frog's
do,
life, a frog's life. Welcome and live from the bushes. How's it going?
hey, live from the
If you
bushes. Go ahead.
one more thing for you, go real quick. If you're looking for the new Superman trailer, we have it on our Discord. You can go
Mm-hmm.
there. It's free. We don't
Recently
ask that you
posted.
pay
Yep.
anything.
Yep.
Everything's gonna cost you a gazillion dollars in the next few months. So
Mm-hmm.
if you just want to go to Discord, you want to hang out, just go there. I put trailers up. We talk to everybody who's on Discord, and that's all it is. Anytime, basically day or night, you can put stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to you or my lovely sister will get to you, and we'll talk to you about whatever movie or show that you want, and we'll create a channel for it. If there's something that you're interested in, maybe we'll talk about it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. All right. You ready to get into this hellscape of shows for the week?
for show, show.
Okay. First up, let me just preface this before we even get started. These shows this week, the entirety of the list that we're going to go down, with the exception of the new one, Mobland, made me want to rip my goddamn TV off the wall and set that bitch
Yeah,
on fire because it's
yep,
ridiculous.
fire.
Okay?
Yep.
So we are starting with Daredevil. So this week's episode had a lot of issues for me personally. One being Matt's girlfriend, she got on my final nerve. She grated every nerve I had. But you go ahead and start your bit.
Um,
I
again,
can't.
the
I
story is
can't even.
fantastic, right? The story is fantastic, but it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not where it needs to be at all. It's just
Mm-mm.
not. I like I don't know what to say. Like you think you're looking at Daredevil, but you're not. It looks like Law and Order,
Mm-hmm.
right? It just looks like Law and Order or some blind dude that has a problem that he got to deal with. If you turn that shit on at any point, you would not think you was looking at Daredevil, right?
Right.
Plus, he doing some
Mm-hmm.
stuff. He doing some stuff. He doing some stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? He pushing the boundaries for blind folks. He just pushing the boundaries for blind folks, and I'm not buying some of that. I'm not buying some of that at all.
Well, they
So
don't. Well, okay, but what busting through the window? What is put? I mean, because I didn't see anything out of the ordinary that he done in the prior series that was on Netflix. So, what about what happened in this particular episode says that he was pushing the boundaries for you?
okay. Let's see. I mean, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. Plus, I'm gonna fix my camera here in a second. So, but I'm gonna give you this. So you kick this around while I fix my camera. Listen.
Okay.
At one point in this show,
Hmm.
he like did this to her face,
Right.
right? So he could get a good
Yeah.
feeling for her face.
So that he
And
gets
then,
mental
and
picture of
then,
what she looks like. Right.
yeah, her real face with curves and stuff, right? And then they found Muse's like hideout. He
Layer.
found
Right.
Muse's hideout, and his
Hmm.
blind ass took a piece of paper, and he was like,
Right. Okay.
I was like, stop it right now, stop it. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. You listen, Muse, Muse is good, right? But he did not. It is not an accurate representation. Okay, he did that shit with finger paints. Okay, with that stuff that kindergartners be using. All right, and he was like, oh, it's my girlfriend. No, no, no,
Stupid.
no, no. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. There's a lot of stuff. Listen. There is a lot of stuff that people who are visually impaired can do. Okay,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
you trying to figure out who's on a piece of paper with some paint. No, no, I ain't buying that. No, I ain't buying that. You going to
Okay. All
no,
right.
you going to come up
So,
with something
but
else.
he
So you
did
talk to the
have.
nice people for a second. I'm gonna fix my camera. I'll be right back.
Okay, I feel like because it did have like I think it was oil paint or something that he was using. It did have ridges in it. I agree with you that there's absolutely no way he was able to capture like all of her different um, facial features and things of that nature. But I think because theoretically he captured enough of it, enough of her facial features, he was able to discern that it was his girlfriend. My issue, however, with this particular episode was almost everything. Not just that, like I saw that and I was like, all right, fine, whatever. My issue with this particular episode was at the end, the guy that thought he was about to come in and thought he had a hit on Fisk. I don't even know how this guy is supposed to be or was at some point supposed to be a mob boss. How you turn around and sit up here and then she sends you a text message saying that he's at a restaurant eating by himself. That's not a thing. That is not something that people do. So I don't even know how we get to that point where that's believable and he's got his back to the door. That's not something a mob boss would ever do. So he walks in and he's got his back to the door and you think you're just going to walk in off him real quick and keep on moving. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. The scene with the girlfriend sitting in the office and being attacked by Muse worked every bit of my nerves. She was whining. She couldn't fight her way out of a doggone paper bag. It was the worst scene that I ever seen in my life. I could not take it. It was just the most annoying episode
Yeah, she just sat there and
this series.
just let him, just cut her arm off. No, no, no. Want you
Yeah,
to do something.
she
Do
had her
something. Move.
legs free, I
Right, move
believe.
around.
Right,
Kick him or something. You
right.
know, kick him.
Casanova,
Just gonna let him.
Casanova. You've eaten at a restaurant by yourself, but you're also not a mob boss. So like, let's pause and let that breathe for a second. You're not a
She
mob
just sat there and just let him do it. I was thinking to myself, you probably deserved it.
boss.
You deserved it, right?
Right.
You
I'm
deserved it
not
because you
gonna
just
lie.
sat there with your arm like, no,
I'm right.
no,
Exactly.
no,
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie.
not
I was hoping that he offed her.
not my arm.
I was
No.
hoping that he offed her. I could not take. It was no. This episode, no,
Yeah.
no,
And
no.
why her?
Because apparently they've already had some kind of relationship. She was already. It sounded like she was already his therapist. But this is the first time that they showed them in the same room together.
I mean, it's fine. And first of all, I thought she was smart,
Me
right?
too.
I thought she was a smart
Idiot.
lady. Yeah. He come home with his ass whooped. You understand? He got bruises that ain't he. And she just like, you okay? I thought you didn't come home last night. I thought something had happened. Something did happen. Your blind boyfriend is running around the city getting his ass whooped, okay, by somebody who likes to paint walls with the insides of people's bodies. I don't know. I don't know how you don't know this, right? As a girlfriend, I don't know how you don't know any of this. Like you don't have a hint. You know,
Right.
you
Right.
don't even think that anything is wrong.
Mm-mm.
You don't have no spidey sense going off.
Well, explain to me. Explain to me. This is another point that got on my nerves. I'm sorry. They had relations in the shower, and then after the shower, they decide to get into this argument. Why don't we have this conversation to start? This didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know
You got thoughts on that?
I don't know how he explains him leaving every night.
He
Oh,
doesn't.
I had to work late. Shut your ass. You got your face is swollen. What kind of office work are
His
you
face
doing
wasn't.
tonight?
His
Huh?
face wasn't swollen. Well, but see now the problem that he's going to have is during his fight with Muse, he got cut on his leg. So how's he going to
Well,
explain that?
I think she's gonna figure it out.
Well, me too.
I think she's gonna figure it out. Probably in the coming episode or next episode or something like that. But I mean, it's fine. But they are pushing what people who are visually impaired can do. Like they're pushing it. They are pushing it. It's too far. And I catch him slipping sometimes. Like somebody will walk in and he'll be like,
He'll look at him. Yep.
"Yo, what are you looking
Yeah.
at? What are
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
looking at, sir? Huh?
hmm
I got you.
hmm
Huh? I got you. You can't do that." You
But
can't do
he
that.
can get away with it in this because they have the echolocation thing that he does. So theoretically, you should be able to look past that.
No, no, no. No. It's been a couple times. It's been a couple times he been doing stuff that's been suspect. Right. One time he got upset and he went to the roof. He didn't have no blind man stick. Huh? He was just walking down the middle of the hallway. I'm like, wow, something don't seem right.
Well, no,
Are
a
you,
lot of
sir? Are
people
you blind or you're
no,
just tricking everybody?
no, a lot of people with visual impairment or what have you. If you are very familiar with your surroundings and your home, you don't need the stick
Oh
because you
yeah.
know.
You ever seen someone that can't see run? You ever see that? You ever see that? I bet you ain't never see that, huh? Unless it was at the Olympics or something like that. I bet you ain't never see that. You ain't never gonna see that. Maybe a brisk walk, but you will never see anybody who can't see run.
But that okay,
I,
I agree with you. But my
yeah.
point on this is, if we watched the original series on Netflix, they explain that. They explained that, so he gets visually in his mind like a bat. You get the ridges and the.
Oh yeah. So he knows his house. I mean, he knows everything. So that's what I want you to do. Because you lived in your house for quite some time. I want you to stand up,
I also
shut your
don't walk
damn
around my
eyes.
house to.
No, no, no. I want you to stand up, close your damn eyes. I want you
I'm
to run
not
around your
counting
house. And I want you to see
steps.
how
I'm
long.
not.
No, I want you to run around your goddamn house to see how long that lasts before you get busted up. I want you to see
I'm
how long that
I'm
lasts.
just saying. I
Yeah.
am just saying that is
Uh
how
huh.
they explained it in the first bit on Netflix. Is
I'm
that
just saying
he is
it's
able to see it in a sense.
it's too far.
Echolocation. Echolocation.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Was there any other part of the show that you didn't understand
Not
or
that I
or
didn't
had a
understand.
problem with?
Just work on. Can we start with the well? No, it was just overall the show for me was a bust. They didn't move anything along. Like they got Fisk getting angry with his specialized team or whatever and lying to everybody because they weren't the ones that got news or whatever. So instead of him saying that, okay, yeah, it was the vigilante known as Daredevil, he's trying to say was his team fine. Who cares? Whatever. You got the little boy who gave the news chick the scoop about, I think it was unions or something like that. He's trying to grow a pair and getting like nasty with the girl, trying to play all rough guy with her, tough guy with her. So you don't remember that scene?
No.
What is what
No.
is
What?
when she walked into his office and he was sitting behind the desk and I think he was looking at something about Daredevil on his phone and she was like, you better not let your boss see you doing that or you're going to get in trouble. And then he
Yeah.
got up and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
trying to play
But
tough guy.
so I don't know. The motivations for some of these people are just ridiculous. The cop is
Mm.
mad at Daredevil for saving people's life. Why are you mad? Huh? You cops have had months to figure this shit out. Right? I went downstairs. I went in the subway one night, and I saved a girl's life who had a ginormous needle sticking out of her leg. And you're
Hmm.
mad at Daredevil. Why? I don't understand it. You just great. You shouldn't be doing that every night. Why don't you do your goddamn job then? Huh? Man, if you did your job, I wouldn't have to dress like this.
Jesus.
No, I wouldn't have to put on this stupid red costume every damn day. That what you think? It's ridiculous. And Kingpin is mad because Daredevil showed up to kill or to
News.
right to stop Muse,
Right.
which is what he wanted anyway, right?
But he wanted his team to be the one to do it.
I, I hear what you're saying. It's the motivations are there. I need this show to move along,
Yeah, I
right?
agree. Yeah.
I need it to
Yeah.
move forward. Like you teased.
Punisher. Haven't seen him.
Yeah. What is he
Yeah.
doing?
Hmm.
What is Punisher doing? Is he busy doing other stuff? He got something to
Still,
do. He got a day job. What? It's fine. It's fine. I don't understand. I do have a question though. I do have a
Okay.
question, and maybe
Okay.
somebody can help me with it.
Okay. No.
Um, did did what is his name? Kingpin. Did Kingpin's wife set up the dude that got killed at the end,
Yes.
or did
Mm-mm. Did you think did he know that she was trying to set him up?
yeah?
No.
So she was with him.
Well, if you remember, he he walked up to her and said and laid out whatever, and she said, "Are you asking for my permission or for my help?" And he said, whichever or something like that. But she never answered. She texted him and said he's at the restaurant by himself. So it made it look like when he walked in that he was in by himself. So I think
Yeah.
she went to him and
Okay.
explained what the deal
Well, I mean,
was.
we'll find out next episode. Lisa Wright
Maybe.
said, "What is Kingpin's motivations?" I think he actually wants to be mayor. I think his intentions for um for a prosperous New York are his actual intentions. I honestly believe that. I think,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that the elements in the city, like the corrupt cops or
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil, um, he keeps showing his face and saving the day when it he feel Fisk feels like it's supposed to be cops who are saving the
Right.
day, not
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil. So I feel like all of this is bringing him back to a position where he has to implement some of the stuff from his
Right.
past in
Right.
order to try to make a better
So
future, which makes him
right.
not the guy. They shouldn't have voted for him.
So
He's
you
not.
have the specialized quote unquote specialized team that he has, which you could look at and say they're his you know muscle, right? Because he's allowing them to operate outside of the requirements of the law, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, so that's his muscle, that's his specialized team. So yeah, I think I agree with you. I think he does want what is best, excuse me, for the city, but because he has those constraints or whatever, he is falling back to, or he is pulling on what he is used to using in the criminal world to try and get done what he needs to get done or
yeah.
wants.
I think the same thing is happening to both Kingpin and Matt. I
Mm-hmm.
think Matt doesn't want to be, or at least at the moment, because of Foggy, does not want to be Daredevil at the moment. But he
Mm-hmm.
realizes, especially when uh, was that White Cat or White White Lion or
White Tiger.
whatever his name is. I think once he realized that she was in trouble and the cops were not going to do what it took to find her,
Right.
like he had to
Mm-hmm.
put the suit back on. So he was
Mm-hmm.
basically made to put the suit back on. And the same thing happened to Fisk. Fisk wants to run a clean, to have a clean, I forget what you would call it. He just wants to do his job the right way, right?
Right.
But his
Mm-hmm.
past, that guy wants to, he's trying to convince his wife that this is the way to go. She should be in charge. And all of these elements are trying to pull him back to what he once used to be. So I kind of get that aspect of it. It's just not moving fast enough,
Right.
right? There's not enough meat on the bone to keep everyone engaged. Like
Right.
they gotta fight somebody, right? I don't care who they fight. I don't care who they fight. I don't give a damn if he just go outside and
Well,
just
he
whoop,
fought Muse.
huh?
He fought Muse.
Yeah, but I
But
mean
what?
it was like 2 minutes, you know.
I mean, I agree. I didn't care for the episode either, but if that's all you need to remain engaged, that's what you had this episode,
Just
and you
do
had it
something,
last
you know.
episode.
Do something crazy that'll have people talking the next day. Like go outside and find a bag lady and just like suplex the shit out of
Oh
her.
my!
Something, anything that I could see that would be like, oh, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened last night? Like nobody is doing that. They're like, oh, Daredevil's over. Guess we're gonna find something else to watch.
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
not.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not amazing, and
yeah, yeah.
I feel like
I agree.
that's a problem.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Okay.
Did you have? Are
No,
were you
I'm
going?
done.
Okay.
Well,
You
I
want to go to the next subject then, or you just gonna stay there and look at the camera?
was reading the thing that you put up from Lisa Ray's.
Oh, okay.
That's all day. All right, so
Like,
we're
share,
gonna
subscribe. If you enjoy the content,
yes,
at least leave
please
a like.
do.
It helps out the channel. We're going for 2,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All
and
right.
join the Discord if you want. We can talk about movies and shows all day if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's free of charge. We don't charge anything on Discord. Just come and hang out. That's all.
Okay. All right.
All right. What's next?
We are going next to the other show that made me want to jump off of my roof, Yellowjackets.
Oh, you start. You start. You start. While I collect my goddamn thoughts. I need to think.
I don't even know. I don't. This show started off with some promise, and it has steadily gone down damn hill. I don't understand what the issue is. My biggest issue with this episode was we have the means by which to go to hell home. And you got these dum dums sitting there at the end of the day fighting with each other, trying to. You got I can't even think of the child's name anymore. She don't want to go home, and not that her reasoning is sound. Like, I understand she's like, she was on her medication and whatnot, that she was back home and she feels like she found herself out in the wild. But why aren't we tying her stupid ass up and bringing her along? Now the rest of us sitting here talking about, well, I'm going to stay. Yeah, I'm going to stay too. This makes no sense. You know what
No,
I
it
mean?
does.
And then meanwhile, you got these children with these guns. The tracker dude, excuse me guys, I apologize if I'm yelling, but I can't even. You got the tracker dude, they're holding him and the young lady hostage and whatnot. I feel like he could have taken one of them idiots out, and we could have been he could have wiped out the whole encampment, and we could have just been done with this. This show has gotten absolutely asinine and just stupid.
It is
I'm
stupid.
sorry.
It's incredibly stupid. I don't understand anything that is happening at this point about this show. And I keep giving it chance after chance after chance after chance, week after week, week in and week out. And it's like nails on a chalkboard to finish every episode of this bullshit. And I have to fast forward, literally fast forward because I don't give a shit about anything that happens on this show. Do you understand? Like I fast forwarded the last two episodes, and I didn't miss nothing. So what does that tell you about your show, right? They're still, they're still, they're still in the woods. They're still in the woods. And I've tried. I've tried. Like three people showed up to by accident, right? And now you're thinking, okay, they're rescued. No, no, they're not rescued. They hit one dude in the head with an axe, and then I'm like, why? Like, you wanted to go home. There's three people right here. So then they were jumping around about going home. They was happy about going home. I was like, all right, so now they're about to go. So we connect the two stories together about
Mhm.
the old and the new and what is going on, because I still don't know if there's a goddamn monster in the woods that's making them do stuff.
Mhm.
And it's season three. It's season three, and I still don't know what is making them do this stuff. So
I need to understand one thing, and maybe one of the viewers can explain this to me, because I sure as hell don't understand. Thaisa, toward the end of the episode, had her girlfriend in the hospital, and the demon went into the room as her, but she's outside. I'm confused.
yeah,
Was she fighting with, arguing with herself through the door,
yeah,
or?
I guess. I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. And then she almost suffocated an 80-year-old man
she should,
for
but I
some
think
reason.
she ended up killing him anyway when she
Yeah.
yelled.
And now they're trying to figure out who killed Lottie. In the future version of
Yeah.
them, they're trying to figure out who took out Lottie. But before Lottie, they're
Mhm.
trying to figure out who took out the kid
Natalie,
that Lottie was in love with. No, not Lottie. The
Travis.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out who killed Travis. Three people have died. Three people died, and no one knows anything. Nothing.
No,
They don't know
no,
shit. And you've
no.
been following these people around. You've been following these people around for 3 seasons. I swear. I promise. I promise. I promise. You know nothing. If you've watched the first season, you've watched all of it. All of it. You don't need to watch. You can go from season 1 to the last episode of season 3, and you will not have missed a thing except people being eaten.
No,
But that's it. You know who it was
no.
because they won't be there. No, no, you ain't missed nothing.
There is some detail in the series. They just aren't like so. Right now, you have Misty and Shauna and Thaisa and all of them. Like they're running around trying to. Thaisa's trying to murk someone for the benefit of her girlfriend so that her cancer can be cured or something. You got Shauna that thinks someone's after her. You got Misty and her little boyfriend that are trying to be detectives. I don't understand at this point, like, because we wrapped up, right? Shauna's husband was the one that was initially trying to um, uh, blackmail them. So, really, are we really just trying to find out? Because you still have a person that killed Travis. We still don't know
Yeah.
who that was, theoretically.
Yep. Yeah.
So, are we still trying to find that out? Like, I feel like the story has gotten completely lost. Like, it's gone like in 25 different directions, and it has not focused anywhere. Like, I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm,
Exactly. They didn't fix anything. They didn't tell you anything. Nothing. They didn't clean up
mhm,
nothing. You still don't know why they're offing people. You
mhm.
don't know. You
Right,
don't know
right, right.
why they're showing they have two aspects in the show. I'm gonna explain it for those who have not seen the show. Right?
Okay.
A soccer team of girls on the way to like a championship game or something, they crash deep in the woods, right?
Mhm.
For some reason, their ass don't try to they don't try to walk to in any direction to try to find civilization. What did they do? They just stayed out there and built huts and all sorts of stuff, right? But apparently, there's some sort of entity out there. Maybe I don't know, perhaps out there, and it keeps supplying them with food, be it their
Mhm.
friends who die, they're like cooking them and eating them, and then they wake up the next morning like, what do we do? And then that's what starts the nonsense. Like, what do you mean you don't know what you did? Like, your friend is missing. You see that femur over there? It wasn't there yesterday. You you did that. Like, that's on you.
Right.
You know. So then they start one by one. They start doing that to their own people,
Mhm.
right? And now they've been rescued, sort of. Like, people have
Yeah.
showed up in the woods by
Mhm.
accident, and now half of them want to leave and the other half want to stay. And you're like, why? And
Right.
then they flash to them older,
Mhm.
as like in their 40s, right?
Mhm.
They clearly made it back at some point. You don't
Right.
know. You haven't seen that yet. You haven't seen them get saved,
Right. Right.
right? So you can see how in season 3, like, that would be nerve wracking. It would be like, come on, Doc, come on.
Right.
So in the future, they're going crazy because of what they did in the woods. They had a
Mhm.
problem with them eating their friends and stuff. Plus, they're being affected by
Well, it's not that
perhaps
they're
a
going
demon.
crazy. They're trying to keep that under wraps because they've never told anyone that story. But go ahead.
That's it. That's the story. That's literally the story.
Jesus. Right.
That's the story, and I can't explain it in a way that
Mm-mm.
makes you understand any better. It is literally, there's a story here, right? But it's like, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day where you would turn on a station that you didn't completely get, and there's like waves and shit on the channel.
Well,
That's
you
what
showing your
this is.
age.
That's what
You
this
showing
story is like.
you
It's like
showing your
this.
age.
You don't know what you're looking at. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I got it. Oh, I don't got it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not saved. Okay,
They're,
okay,
they're
okay,
not.
okay. I'll just come back next week.
Yeah,
It
I agree. It's
it's
just it's
ridiculous.
yeah. They don't. There's not, like I said, there's not a clear storyline that I feel like that they're teasing out. They're just doing many different stories, which is fine, but they don't make it very clear. And this thing with them in the woods at this point, I agree, has gone on way too long. I understand them trying to say, okay, well, someone would have had to come across them at some point, da 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 da, which is fine. So we have that, but now again, I don't understand why we're arguing about whether or not we're going to hell home.
Yeah, yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you something that annoyed me about this last episode. So
well, other than the episode itself, was that?
there was a girl in here, right? She was during the crash. She decided that she was going to be. Uh, apparently, everybody on this airplane was a lesbian. Everybody. They just
Oh
didn't know it.
God. Yeah.
Is it? Am I lying? Huh?
They
Every
just
chance they got, they were sneaking off into the woods like, hey, hey,
just
I was looking
go
at you.
on with your story. Man.
Anyway, after one of the girls pretended to like the leader of the
Shauna.
girls,
Mm-hmm.
right? So she could
Mm-hmm.
be so she could be protected, I guess. So
Well,
they
she said
wouldn't.
she was scared of her.
Yeah, she was
Mm-hmm.
afraid. She didn't want to die.
Right.
Um, when she was a kid, she wore her hat backwards when she was in the woods. So in the future, like like 25 years later, she's still wearing backwards hats. Now,
That's a trademark.
whatever. So a tape, or I think a tape or some
Yes.
sort of
Uh,
video
yeah.
has been sent
Mm-hmm.
to one of the
To
to the leader's
Shauna.
house as an
Mm-hmm.
adult, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one has remembered, or I won't say remembered. No one has sought anyone out, right? It's totally fine. No one cared. Not a single person cared. But the girl who was afraid sent a video out, and the explanation when she finally caught up to her as to why she sent the tape, because no one was looking. It's the equivalent of you getting away with a bank robbery 20 years ago, but
Right.
you filmed it with your cell phone and nobody's asking questions, nobody
Right.
cares, and you take a copy of that video and send it to somebody who was on the bank robbery with you. What are you doing? What are you
Right.
doing? Why?
Right.
No one's
Right. Right.
asking you questions. No one gives a damn. Why are you doing this? Why? It doesn't make sense. And she was like, I just wanted to make sure that you guys were going to keep your mouth shut. It's 25 years later.
That's
It's
not what she
25
said.
years later. Why? Why? Why would they do it now? Huh? Backwards hat lady. Why would they all of a sudden do it today? Huh? Just because it's Thursday? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If they was going to tell you, they would have done it when they got out of the woods. Not now. Not now. They're 35 and 40 years old. Nobody is going to tell on you. You didn't have to do none of this. I
So
swear.
what she said was she sent it because she felt she owed it to the because the chick that she's married to is the daughter of the couple that was
I
out
don't care.
there. Okay.
I don't care.
All right.
I don't care.
Okay.
I do not care.
All right.
I don't care. They're still out there in the woods. I just can't
Yeah,
believe they're
I don't
still in the
understand
goddamn
this.
woods.
I honestly don't understand.
It's
And at
episode 8. Episode 8 of season
right,
3. They're
right.
still in the woods.
They still in the
Still in the
goddamn
woods.
woods. I don't know. This is never gonna end. This is never gonna end. Never gonna
They're
end.
never leaving the woods. Never. They're never getting out of the woods. Everybody's just
Maybe they didn't make
everybody's
it
just
back until they was in their 40s. Who knows at this point?
everybody's
Because
more than friends now. Everybody's more than friends. Everybody they
but did you see how the girl tried to make it sound like Shauna's losing her marbles? Because she was like, well, so you say that someone locked you in the freezer, but is it possible that just the freezer doors is
Is
loose
Shauna the
and
black? Oh wait, no. Who's the
Shauna's
black?
That's Thaisa.
Thaisa.
Mm-hmm.
So Thaisa, um, she 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 has a psychopathic other half, right? And it only comes out when she
Right.
goes to sleep. Okay,
Right. Right.
and
Right. Mhm.
she likes to do murderous things at
Yes.
night,
Yes.
right? No one has gotten this woman help. Not one person has gotten
No.
her help. She just walks around, wakes up at night, and just loses her mind. Just does whatever she wants. And then
Right.
they just hey, are you okay? No, she's not okay. She's not
Right.
okay. She's not okay.
Right.
Huh? She's not okay.
No,
You remember what she did?
but I don't know if her. So I don't know initially, like if her wife knew that that was a thing, right? So we can leave that to a side because potentially the wife didn't know, but Van sure as hell knows. But Van's like dealing with her own thing, so she don't have time for all that.
Cause she like her. Cause she like her.
She's got cancer, man. She don't have
No,
time.
she had cancer since she got together with
And
the
she
old
is in
girl's
the
gone.
hospital now with cancer. They're trying to tell her that she needs to set her up end of life care.
Listen, it don't
This is
even
what
matter.
happens when
Okay,
you skip through the goddamn show.
no. What needs to happen is this. Like they don't need to go on any more adventures. Okay, they got to stop with the adventures. We got to find out who killed. We got to find out who killed Lottie. No. Wait. No, no, not today. Listen, I need you to take this card I got for you. I want you to go, and I want you to go get some help. Okay, I want you to go get some goddamn help, because
Well,
this
she's
should have
already
happened
in
a
the
long time
hospital, so
ago.
all she has to do is go like a floor or two up or down and find the proper ward. She'll be all right.
It doesn't make any sense that nobody said anything yet,
I
right? They're
agree.
just a bunch
I
of
agree.
enablers at this
I
point.
agree. I
A
agree.
bunch of
Yeah,
enablers. Your friend is a psychopath, and nobody's doing anything. She cut off a dog's head.
right. And she ran for it in one office.
She was like, "Oh no, I can't believe I did that." You know you did that. You
She
know
did.
you did that. You lit a candle and you did that dog in. Listen, you you gotta call somebody, man. This ain't normal. This ain't normal. But it's fine. I understand that there are people who like this show,
Hmm.
and I it's fine. Like I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying call me when something happens.
No, I don't necessarily dislike it. I am disheartened because it started out promising. Like it was a promising series. They got to get back on track, man. Like they got to get,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. If they can get back
yeah.
on
It
track,
started
but
good.
right
I'm like,
now this
okay,
is
plane crash. Plane crash. These girls made it.
right,
That's all that's left. They're gonna try and forage, try to
right.
find something to eat, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And then they went off the deep end. They became witches,
Right,
started eating
right,
faces,
right, right.
and started doing all types of crazy shit. And I'm like, what is it?
I don't know. I don't
So
know. I don't know.
I'll watch next week, I guess, to find
Yeah.
out how they didn't get out of the forest again. I guess
All
we'll
right.
talk about it on Discord. On Discord, join us on Discord. Talk about it, or any other show that you want to talk about. It's free. I don't charge anything. Nothing. I just want to hang
Hmm.
out with y'all because it costs too
Right.
damn much to do anything nowadays
Hmm.
except talk to other people about your favorite show. So come hang out.
Okay.
Just just come hang out. Like, share, subscribe. You enjoy the content. We appreciate y'all, man. What else? What is next?
We are moving on to one of the actual good shows this week. New series, Mobland on Paramount Plus on Sundays.
Go
Now,
ahead and start off. It's an amazing
I
show.
have been I have been hoodwinked and bamboozled enough by enough shows. I will say this episode was good. I will not go as far to say that the show is good because who knows what the hell we're gonna get here in a couple weeks. So, show was good. The episode, I'm sorry, the episode was good. I liked the episode. I love the actors that they have. Pierce Brosnan, um, what's his name? Tom Hardy. Excuse me. Tom Hardy to me is an excellent actor. Um, so love the episode. I hope that they are able to like I understand the ebbs and flows of a series. So I hope overall they're able to maintain the standard. So we'll see. We'll see. What did you think about it to start with?
It was amazing. It
Mhm.
was amazing. I
Mhm.
loved every part of that show.
Mhm.
Pierce Brosnan was amazing
Mhm.
as the head of the family,
Mhm.
and Tom Hardy being the enforcer.
Mhm.
Love seeing that. How they handle business, how the back and forth between him and Pierce Brosnan as the father, as basically the father son archetype. It was very very good, right? You think, all right, I'm gonna get like some family dynamic. They're gonna go into some long drawn out story. They did. You need to watch this show. It is very very good. Helen Mirren is in it.
Mhm.
Um,
As the wife of Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan, yeah,
Mhm.
uh, she was dope. She was dope too. I really
I,
liked
I
her.
I like her character because she is cutthroat. I'm not gonna lie. This gave me vibes of Gangs of London. That's a actual that's a pretty good series that came out, I believe, on AMC. I think it's out on Netflix. So kind of gave me those vibes. Storyline in some ways mirrored it, not all the way. So, but I thought this was really good. I think yeah, Pierce Brosnan's wife in this is she's cutthroat. She's no nonsense. I love how she is his sounding board in this, right? So when they got to the scene, excuse me, when Tom Hardy, I think his character's name is Harry, when he's outside of the what was it, the gym, after he was finishing his negotiation, trying to determine if they're gonna take out the other mob boss or whatever. He's asking his wife, what is it? Do we stick or twist? Was that the phrase?
Yeah, let him live or do him in, basically.
Right, right. And she gave her opinion, and then he asked her at the like after that particular moment, like, why did you say, to let him live or whatever? And she gave her explanation, like, it's the wrong place, wrong time, and you want to be there when it happens. So I just like the dynamic that they have between the two of them. I think they've played in like a lot of other things together, so I think their familiarity with each other and their acting and their craft is says a lot. So, but what I'm talking a lot. So, but what did you think?
I thought it was really good. You're gonna laugh at this, but I don't care. Um,
Why? Why?
Back in the day, I won't say back in the day. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm.
Um, I asked Shannon who her hall pass was, and I think she said her
Uh-oh.
hall pass was the dude from I can't think of it. The dude from I can't think of it. Anyway, um, it's one of the some black dude from one of the shows with the superhero show with the shark and no, all right, whatever. Mine was
Like
Helen
Idris
Mirren.
Elba or something?
Yeah, and that's
Oh
it. That's who it was.
God.
Helen Mirren. Now she wasn't as wrinkled up as she is right now. Huh? She
You
wasn't as
are
wrinkled up. She
touched.
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh Helen, huh? She was doing it for
Jeez.
me. Anyway, yeah, man. Helen was.
There are some things you probably shouldn't tell people, bro.
I don't care, man. It
It's
was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. Anyway, the show's actually incredible. Um,
mm,
I'm looking forward to next week. In this episode, Tom Hardy has to deal with
oh God. A brat, a
Tom Hardy has
complete pain in the butt.
Tom Hardy has to deal with this petulant child of a person. He's I think he's like 16 or he might be in his 20s or something like that. But he's very rich and he feels like he's untouchable and
Well, he's the
he
grandson of
yeah,
Pierce
very
Brosnan.
powerful family. Yeah.
Mhm,
So they he stabs someone at the club
mhm,
and Hardy's trying to fix it. Tom Hardy's character is trying to fix it, but the kid is he's not being really cooperative. right? I feel like if somebody trying to save your life, keep you out of prison, I feel like
Right.
you would maybe do something about that. But he did. You know, he didn't give a damn. He was just slinging curse words around like you fix it. I don't give a damn. Like, bro, he is trying to keep you out of prison, but he did not want to do nothing. So it's yeah, you got to go watch it for yourself. There's not a lot for me to talk about as far as this show specifically because they're just setting up the pieces. But it's a fantastic show. So go watch it and let me know what you think. I'd be really interested to know what you think, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting because she again like being his sounding board or whatever, because remember the episode where she told him that his attorney was basically screwing him over. And
Yeah.
so and that first of all, when when you excuse yourself from the room, and he the dynamic between Pierce Brosnan, what's his name, Conrad, and his attorney and the wife, they've known each other what seems like for a very extended, like long period of time, right? So you kind of can get a feel for what someone you've known for a long time is and isn't about to do, especially through their significant other. So he excuses himself. Conrad excuses himself, claiming to want to use the restroom. And she sits there and tells him basically she's on to him. Why do you stay?
Wait, which scene you talking about?
When all of the kids and the attorney and Conrad and his wife got together to
Oh yeah,
discuss
yeah,
the next move that they were going to do, why
yeah.
did he stay?
He didn't know. He
He
didn't
did
know.
know because the wife clued him in. The wife was like, bro, we know what you're doing. And he was like, I don't know what are you talking about? What do you
I didn't
mean?
see
And
that part. I thought she just told Pierce Brosnan's character that he was up to no good, like he was stealing. So I didn't
yeah,
know that he actually told him. Yeah,
no.
I don't understand
She
that.
so when he excused himself to go to the restroom, that's when she confronted the attorney and was like, basically, in not so many words or whatever, was basically explaining to him, yeah, we kind of know what you've been up to with the other family, like how much are they paying you to keep us from coming into this particular recreational
Yeah,
thing.
I honestly don't know how people do that anyway. Like I'm not built for that kind of life. You know, every time somebody invited me somewhere, I'd be like, nah, nah, I can't go. I can't go. I can't make that. Right? There's no way I'm showing up to anything you invite me to. Listen, me and my wife are having it. No, no, I can't make. Is it inside? No, I can't go. I can't go.
you
We busy. We got shit to do. We got to clean.
don't.
I think ain't doing nothing. I'm not going nowhere. You a gangster and you invite me somewhere? I'm not going. I'm not going. Not only am I not going. If
But
we
they grew
ever
up
have to get in the car
together.
together,
They
no,
grew
if we
up
ever have to
together.
get in the car together, I'm sitting in the back seat.
uh,
I'm sitting in the back seat. I'm not sitting in the front.
well, that
It's
doesn't
not
do
gonna happen.
anything for that dude that's sitting in the trunk and got the peephole that's going to get you, so
No,
that means
no,
nothing.
no. That's only in emergencies that I'm riding with you anywhere anyway. Like I'm not going over no, no. You're a mob family, and I know it. I'm driving myself. I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm not going nowhere with you. As a matter of fact, we need to talk. We're gonna do it on the telephone.
Oh
We're
my
not talking in
god.
person.
Oh my
We're not
god.
talking in person. Would you not be skittish every time somebody was like, "Listen, I need you to meet me"? No, I can't make it.
There is a level of comfort.
Can't make it today. Ain't
Yeah,
feeling too good.
you stupid.
Can't make it.
There's a level
So
of comfort that he has with him because they grew up together. That's why he was talking about his uncle
well, now look at him.
being
Huh? His head got a back
misbehaving.
door. No,
No, he got
no.
shot in the chest.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All
I
right.
mean,
So here's a
whatever.
question. Here's a question. Here's a question. So, the grand son tuned up the dude in the club,
Yeah.
and when he walked away with Tommy, Tommy was the other gang family's son. when
Yeah.
he walked away from the riverfront with Tommy, they didn't show him do anything. But when Tom Hardy's character Henry showed up at the house the following day, Mom said that he had blood all over his clothes. Right? Do we think that he did do something to Tommy, or that
It,
he was just in the
their
vicinity?
mother, Helen Mirren, or our mother, mine, your mother.
No, the mother of the bad little child.
Oh yeah, yeah. He killed him.
So I think that he killed him too. I just wanted your perspective. You think that he did kill him, or that he's covering for someone else?
Oh, he killed him. You think he's just not coming home? You think he just didn't feel like coming home yet? Like he was having too
No,
good a time?
that maybe Tommy got killed by somebody else, and
No,
maybe
no,
okay,
no,
all
no.
right,
Did you see his face when he told him? He was like, "Listen, you took it too far." You see his face? He was like, "Okay, okay,
yeah,
come on with me." Go.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
He clearly is off his rocker,
right,
right?
yeah,
He
I
went to
agree,
a club and he stabbed somebody at the club.
right,
You gonna
right.
talk trash to that person when there's nobody around? When there's nobody around? No,
I just
there just don't seem to be any sort of like fight or flight or any common sense with these people. He
well,
just did he just hurt somebody to the point where he could have killed somebody in front
right,
of a ton of witnesses. You think
right.
he give a
He
damn
had
about
no
your life?
care, right? He had no care. And then
So
explain to me when he was running out of the club why the security guard begged off, because they called him on his earpiece, and he looked at him, and then he said, I don't know if he just yelled at him or whatever, but the security guard, the big tall blonde with the short cut or whatever, he backed up.
yeah, um would you try and stop somebody if you were a security guard who just stabbed somebody?
Your
No, not
job
me.
is to do that. I don't
No, you
understand.
got
Did you
no,
see?
no, you
First of
got
all,
me
did you
messed
see
up.
the type
Listen,
of club that they were in? Did you see the type
you've
of
been watching
there
too
are
many.
the type
You've
of
been
club
watching
that
too
they
many
were
goddamn
in?
hero movies. Okay, you ain't got no cake and you ain't bulletproof. Get
Type
your
of
ass out
club.
the way. You have a nice night, sir.
The,
You have a nice night. Come back and see us.
the
I'm not
type of
stopping nobody,
club. The
especially if
type.
you knife somebody. Especially if you knife somebody. Watch out. Here you go. There you
The
go. All right.
type of club that they were in, there were a number of different weapons that could have been used aside from a knife, right?
You would
So
stop him?
that's his job. That's why he is paid.
That's not his job. That's not
That
his
is his.
job.
He had an earpiece. He is security.
No, 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 no,
So okay, so
no.
so let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. Your security in that
Mm,
particular environment,
yep.
and what offenses would you feel comfortable with stopping someone from leaving the said building?
Do I have a weapon?
I don't know if this guy had a weapon, but yeah, sure, we'll say that he has a weapon.
No, no. The bouncer. The
Yeah,
bouncer. Does he have a weapon?
they didn't show whether or not he did, but we'll say for this theoretical thing, yes, you have a weapon,
Okay. What kind of weapon?
a nightstick.
A
Lisa Wright said I would have
nightstick?
lost my earpiece. Lisa,
A
yes,
nightstick?
yes, a nightstick. He was a
You have
big
a nice night,
dude.
sir. You have a nice night. Stop, dude. I don't know what you think this is, right? You're not a hero.
You
You're not a
are
goddamn
being
hero. You're not a hero.
paid
They're not giving you
for
hero
the
pay. Okay?
safety of your patrons. You are being
I
paid.
promise you. I promise you. When you're laying there on that cold ass cement ground with a hole in your stomach, I promise you, you'll think otherwise. You're like, you know what?
You're supposed
I shouldn't have done that. Can somebody bring me a towel and gotta stop this bleeding? You
you're
wouldn't
supposed
you wouldn't you wouldn't do that at all. You wouldn't do that at all. I promise you would not do that at all. You listen, I'm telling you right now as your brother, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. If
I'm
you
not
see somebody, if you
I'm
ever
not
see somebody, right? If you ever see somebody that happened to somebody, right? And you get in your mind, you know what? I have to stop this. You don't. You don't. You
I'm
don't.
also not being paid as a security guard.
You
So
so you you think You think it matters?
So when you go for a job interview as a security guard and they say, sir or ma'am, these are the types of individuals and cretins that come through this establishment. Are you able to deal with it? And you say yes.
I can deal with an unarmed person. I cannot deal with a person with a weapon. And he's with friends, so I don't know. I don't know how many people have weapons. Okay, you got life messed up. You so screwed up right now. We got to talk offline. You can't be doing this
No,
kind of shit. You I don't know what's
no,
wrong with you, man. I thought
guys,
I knew you. I'm your brother. I don't
guys,
know shit about you. You gotta
no.
stop. Okay,
Listen,
stop
I go
trying to.
somewhere. I go somewhere. I go somewhere. I've been in enough clubs. I go somewhere, right? I not clubs like that. I'm just making it very clear, y'all. But if I go somewhere that has a security personnel, right? So let's say so let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. Let's change the circumstances a smidge, right? You're in that club and that club had certain sexual acts occurring.
What? What X?
Sexual acts. It was a BDSM club. They walked
That's right.
through.
It was okay. I don't know what that has to do
Uh,
with it, but go ahead.
well, what my point is, so let's say you're in there and there is an unwilling participant, right? But the person that is trying to make this individual unwilling has a knife. You're going to say, ah, not my problem?
I want you to listen to me very carefully. Okay, my lips are gonna move super slow so you can understand every goddamn word that comes out of my mouth. Okay,
Okay.
I am not a police officer. I am a security
You're
guard.
right.
Guard, right?
You
Security guard.
But
It
you're
is not my.
providing me
It is
now with false security. What the hell, man?
no, 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 no. First of all, he messed up by letting him in the beginning with a knife. Now, if you was ever gonna stop him, that'd have been the time. But to be walking out brandishing a knife, you have a good night, sir. Come back. Come back and see us.
Okay. All right,
Come
all
back and see
right.
us.
No, don't come
You're
back at all.
stupid. You
Your
are
ass
dumb.
going.
So tell me,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, easy. Don't call me the
you're
no. I'm
telling me,
just asking.
you're telling me right now, if you saw somebody with a knife, you would try to disarm them?
I very clearly said no.
Okay. Okay. You wouldn't. I mean, if you're a guy,
Well,
if you're a guy, you gonna try and disarm them?
hell no.
Okay.
But
Well,
also, I'm just asking if that I'm personally just asking if I am in there. I personally have the expectation that that person who took that job would do it. I have that expectation
well,
because now you're
you messed
providing
up.
me with false
You
sense of
messed up.
security.
You picked the wrong club. Tonight people are getting stabbed. Okay? You should have been
Okay.
someplace else.
All
Is all
right.
I got to tell you.
Fine.
You should have been
Fine.
someplace.
Fine.
You should have been at another club
No,
that's
I
pretty
should have kept my ass
respectable
home.
that didn't.
Apparently. Apparently.
One of those two things. One of those two things. Because if you waiting for Paul to protect you from knife wounds, huh? You going to the hospital. I'm
But
just
you're my
telling you that right now,
brother. What the
huh?
hell? Y'all hear
No,
this?
if you're my sister, I'm helping you. If you're my sister, I'm helping you. But if you expect me and you're a stranger, you're expecting me to stop somebody who is lost their mind and has brandished a weapon inside of a club. You want me to do something about it? Like I got an S on my chest. You have
Yeah, you got that S
severely,
for security guard. All right.
severely over you you have
Stupid.
messed up. You think I'm finna stop that? No, no.
Okay.
I gotta wake up tomorrow so I can spend whatever little bit of check that I got from this place.
Stupid.
No, I'm not doing none of that.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
sorry you feel that way.
Okay. All right. So I
All right,
guess
what else?
next
What's
week
next?
we'll see what happens with that little I think his name is Eddie and if cuz now it's kind of like an all out thing between uh uh Conrad and the other family because they want his son Tommy and I think he gave him what half a day or something like that to find him, so whatever. Um next is your favorite your Your
Hang
second
on.
Lost in the
Let me read some.
Woods. What's that?
Let me read some of these comments before we move to that shitty
Okay.
show.
All right.
Um, Casanova Frankenstein says my job as security guard is to watch the desk and call the cops. Exactly. Exactly, sir.
Okay,
Exactly.
but then he would never have stepped out in front of the little boy if that was your job, and there was no desk. So, just
All right, whatever you think. Um, Texas Emma says, I mean, security guard that ain't armed is just a paid snitch. That's
that's
exactly what
funny.
they are. Exactly what they are.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yep, I
I
agree.
saw. What Kevin Hart say? I saw everything.
You
Right, but I didn't
stupid.
stop. I am not stopping nothing. Not
That's
nothing.
funny. All
Okay.
right.
But I can get all the
All
information.
right.
I can write it all down. All of it. He was about 5'8". He had a knife, had blood on it. He was wearing a trench coat. Yeah,
God.
I got all that information.
And
But
them expensive
as far
ass
as the rest of
shoes.
it, no, I'm not stopping nothing.
All right.
I'm not even gonna trip him on the way out. I'm not doing none of that.
Oh, you could have at least done that. Oh, slow him down a little bit.
All right, what's the
All
next
right.
subject? What we got?
9 bodies. 9 bodies in a Mexican morgue. This show just I can't.
Um,
You go first.
I, so I think Live from the Bushes finally caught up to to episode. I think 6. I think it's episode 6. Where are we at right
no,
now?
this is
What
episode
episode?
5. It's only a 6 episode series, so the last
Oh,
episode
that's
will
right. That's
be.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm I mean this. I mean this. I mean this. I truly mean this. This is probably one of the dumbest shows that I've ever seen. Ever. Ever. It's 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 right there with Yellow Jackets. As a matter of fact, the premise is almost the same. It's just
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it.
So, what was your problem this week,
Like I
other
don't
than the
know. I don't
obvious?
the decision making. The
Right.
decision making is stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I'm gonna lose my mind talking about this one. But okay. And if you're in the comment section, you saw the show and you got issues, I need you to bring them up. I need you to bring them to the forefront. Okay.
Yeah. Please,
I
y'all,
need you to
because
put them in the comment section because
yeah.
I don't want to forget a single decision that these morons made every step of the goddamn way. So the last episode showed Zach. Zach's dumbass
I
had a
can't.
Glock. He had a Glock and he
I,
hid it under a rock. Bars. He hid it under a rock because he was DEA and he didn't want one of the people on the airplane to know he was DEA.
yeah. Yeah.
Zachariah. Listen, there was a plane crash. Okay, there was a plane crash. No one gives a shit anymore. You still
Right.
play a cop? You still trying to do? Nah, I'd be like, nah, no. Listen, I'm DEA. I was out here investigating you, but we was in an airplane crash. Just don't do that shit again. Whatever it was you did, but we gotta get out of here. There's no way I'm hiding a gun. There's somebody dying every single night. Every
Right.
single night, someone has died. Every
Right.
night. So I'm gonna ask you: are you closing your eyes and going to sleep every night? Are you getting a full 8? Huh?
No, but
There's a plane
no.
crash. Nobody seems to have any PTSD. Nothing. They just out here just just going to sleep like nothing has happened. Somebody has died every single night, and they go to sleep.
Right.
Just nod off.
Yeah.
Everybody, same time. We ain't sleeping in shifts.
No.
Nothing. Everybody, good night, everyone. At the same time. Same
But
time. Same.
they
Same
wouldn't.
same. Same.
But they wouldn't sleep in shifts because nobody trusted each other. But I'm gonna tell you what set me over the damn edge on this episode when I lost my ever loving mind and I literally threw my remote was when Zach said, Oh, I guess we're in a good spot for a Mexican standoff. I said, ain't no way in hell this fool just said that. For what? For what? You got her pointing her gun at what's his name and him pointing the rifle at her. And this is all you could come up with instead of diffusing the damn situation.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. When that doctor, when that doctor pulled his goddamn toenail off with them
Oh yeah.
clips, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh!" I rewound that like 87 times. That was hilarious, son. To watch him squirm like that, ooh, I couldn't stop laughing. I could not stop laughing. Listen, he deserved it. He deserved every bit of that. So there's one thing that happened in this last episode that was so stupid
Right.
that it just defies any sort of logic. And I'm going to talk about it in a second, right? But
Yeah.
other people were talking about the issue that I had in Discord, right? They climbed to the top of a mountain because they had to plug in this transmitter or whatever so they can tell a passerby where they are,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do that. They went to the top and they plugged it in, and then they
Mm-hmm.
all climbed back down the mountain. Why? Why are you back down here? Why? When they fly by, they need to see you, right?
Right.
So, and they've already said it takes 2.5 to 3 hours to climb up this damn hill. So, why would you climb all the way back down to the basin of this mess?
Right.
So that's problem. That's
So
problem one. That's problem one. Did you
okay.
see any issues that you want to talk about before I go to problem two?
Well, quite a few because I don't even know how his crippled ass made it back up the mountain with one arm around Chickadee. Like I don't know how that happened because I was
Yeah,
like, I looked away for a half a second and I looked back. I said, wait a goddamn minute here. But no, there's a obviously there's a lot of issues with this. I
a
don't
lot.
yeah I don't get any of it, and at this point I care not to try and waste my brain cells to try and understand what this writer is trying to do. This is just absolutely ridiculous. The dude, um, what he like the guy flying the plane, wasn't he like right in the vicinity or whatever, and was like, well, let's just go back. Like, what did they claim? That he needed more gas or something?
No, they were looking at an entire area, so
Yeah,
they didn't.
but they turned around. They
Yeah,
were right
Kelly,
over.
right? Kelly
What's
says
that?
they all should have been up there, right?
Right.
I'm not climbing
Mm-hmm.
back down. I don't give a damn what I
Absolutely.
told them to their face. I don't care what I told them to their face. Yeah, we'll be back. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. But you'll figure it out when I don't come back, right? And they'll be like, did they? I guess they're not coming down. No, bitch,
But
I'm not
that's
coming
the
back.
original time that you went, not like the second, third, 12th,
Anytime,
forty
anytime.
fifth.
I'm bringing my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my sleeping bag. I'm getting a
Why
good.
would
I'm getting
you
a
doing
good
super
night's
big?
sleep up there, all alone, all alone.
But I think the theory is I'm not giving any excuses for this, but that they didn't want to be alone for fear that whoever is picking them off one by one would go up there and do the same to them and they wouldn't have any means of
They're
protection.
dying anyway. Anyway, and they're all going to sleep at night early
Right,
too, like 7 o'clock. They all going. They all laying it down, laying it
right.
down.
But no,
7 p.m.
I agree. I think my point just is because they don't know who is doing it, they have the what's the stupid saying? Numbers, protection, whatever, safety in numbers. So if you're up there by yourself, who's to say? So let's say it was the doctor who got his face ripped off this episode. Let's say it was him that was doing the picking people up. What's to say
Yeah.
that he wouldn't climb up to the top and do something and then make his way back down in the middle of the night and do, you know what I'm saying? So
First of all, there has not been enough thinking when it comes to figuring out who has done this, right?
right,
The first night somebody has died, right? I'm going to assume that one of the people in our group has done this, right?
right.
So
Mhm.
right off the bat, we're sleeping in shifts. Not only we sleeping in shifts, right? But we're gonna sleep in close proximity, so I can see who is doing this. That's one. Two, after the first person dies, Paul ain't going to sleep. Okay, old Smitty ain't going to sleep. I'm not closing my eyes because ain't no telling what could happen. Ain't no telling what could happen. I don't know who can sleep, but they did, and that's fine, right? That's fine. And they went up and they lit that stupid ass beacon and they brought their ass back down. That's fine. That's fine too. And then they climbed almost all the way back up there because rescue hadn't showed up. And then they
Right.
saw buzzards after back all the way down at the bottom of the hill. So they climbed almost being at the top. They climbed
Right.
their dumb asses back down
Mm-hmm.
so they could go find out what the buzzards were flying around. It was their
Mm-hmm.
friend. But it wouldn't have mattered. None of that matters, right? Getting out of the woods is what matters. Getting out of the woods. That's what matters. And it's
Oh, okay.
the Zach hiding his Glock after everyone is dying every night makes no sense. Makes no sense. Just so he doesn't want to blow his cover. I'd have blew my cover. I'd be like, listen, I'm police. I dare one of you sons of bitches to get up tonight. I dare you.
No.
I dare you. Get up. Get up. I
Right.
promise. I promise. You get up. Get up. I dare you get up.
So do you think so here's my theory. She gave a story that I guess the guy that she was engaged to or whatever like that he died because of whatever substance he was taking. Do you think it's him? Do you
Who?
think it her boyfriend, husband,
No.
whoever it was that she so who
No.
is it?
So there were some pretty good guesses on Discord.
Okay.
I think I agree with whoever wrote this. I think it was Live from the Bushes who wrote this, but somebody said that it was the married couple. That it was the guy from the married couple.
I think his name is Travis too. How would it be? Wasn't he poisoned? And his body was thrown in the ditch with everybody else.
No, he was sitting on a log with that
Oh,
crazy
that
girl.
married couple.
Yeah,
Okay. But he's dead.
is he?
Yeah. How he shoot himself in the back?
I don't know if he's actually shot. What gives it away for me is the girl, the woman, the paleontologist or whatever the hell she is. She recognized whoever it was that
Yeah, when
that
he took off the mask.
yes.
Right.
So someone it's
Well,
someone she knows.
well, that's why I said, do you think it's the guy that she said that she was with and died from using too much of whatever substance?
So it better not be. Well, I'm throwing this whole goddamn show away. It better not be. It better not be.
Oh,
Right?
oh,
What is the what is the purpose in showing the the Mexican military? Why?
over and over at the beginning of every episode. Yeah,
They, what bearing do they have on this show? You could tell the same story, cut them completely out, and just have the helicopter fly overhead, and you could have saved yourself a whole heap of time, a
right,
whole
but it's
bunch of time. I don't give a shit what they're talking about. They ain't got nothing to do with the show. Nothing. And you lied too. You told me at the beginning that. Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You said that one of them didn't have a face, and they were talking about the 9 people that they had already had. So I guess this is like another situation where it's like fast forwarded, like Yellow Jackets.
yes, yes.
But I'm
So
actually
they
watching
started
the pilot leave to
right.
go fly.
So they started the show with the bodies in the morgue, and then they went with the people, the Mexican army or whatever. Then they kind of went back to current day, but they started with them already having the bodies in the morgue.
It's fine. So
I mean, it has
I
to be fine. That's how they wrote it. You don't have anything else.
I got plenty. I got plenty else. I got plenty else. dumbass show. I got plenty else,
Okay,
right?
well, hit it.
Okay, so we'll just start with this one. Here's my first question,
Mm-hmm.
and you at home following along, you can put an answer in the comment section too, because I don't understand this mess. You ready?
Okay.
Why are we climbing to the top of a mountain to start a goddamn fire? Why? Why are we
Okay.
doing that?
I didn't understand that either, but her theory was that when they come back or while they fly overhead, then they can see the smoke. But you got all this smog or fog or whatever. How the hell are they supposed to see it through the fog? So it's supposed to be their SOS. Like, here's where we are. Come and find us over this way. And if they're flying high enough, they should be able to see the smoke, but not when there's I don't ain't I don't know. And how the hell he climbed up this mountain, excuse me, with one missing toenail, and then all of a sudden he can't go no further. He's like, just talk to me, I'm safe.
Yes, yes. I was thinking the same thing. You just climbed 3 hours up this raggedy ass hill. Okay, up this raggedy ass hill, and now you can't take another step.
Not
Not
one.
another step. That is some. Who is writing this bullshit? Who is writing it? Right? And old girl too. Old girl, I'll be right back. Where you going? Where you going? I just finished telling you we gotta stay together. I just finished telling you that we gotta stay together, and all of a sudden it's cloudy up here. Huh? It's cloudy.
She was collecting firewood. She was collecting firewood.
Why would she leave? Why?
Him? Why would she leave him alone, you mean?
Yeah.
Cause the show don't make no damn sense. You want a reason for that
I,
though.
I honestly thought that that Zach was gonna live.
Me
His
too.
dumb ass fell right off that cliff. Ah! Fell right off that cliff. I was like, "Ooh, Zach, I'm sorry." I figured because his wife was looking for him
Mm-hmm.
that he would survive. He would be the one to make it. Nope, not at all.
Well,
Um. Okay,
but
and I got one for you. This is probably the most egregious mistake that they've
okay,
made on the show,
okay,
and
hit me with it.
I I don't understand. I don't understand. So before, I think it was before they climbed the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
right? Before they climbed the mountain. No, 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 no. I think they had started to climb the mountain. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So they started to climb the mountain, and they hear a gunshot in the distance. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
they had already taken the rifle away from Kevin and threw
Mm-hmm.
it in the Barracuda pond. After they did that,
Mm-hmm.
right, and the gunshot happens, they climb back down
Mm-hmm.
and they find Kevin with no face.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what she said after that? Do you remember what she said?
No.
She said, "There's someone else here.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone else here."
Right.
Do you know what he said? Do you know what Zach said?
No. Don't tell me he's. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
No,
guess.
no, no. Go. No, no, no.
Get.
No, don't tell me he said something like how do you know or something like that.
There's something like that. He said, "Come on, you got to be kidding me. There's no one else here." Zach,
Who the hell? It
Zach,
was just the two of y'all left.
Zachary. I
You
need
don't
you to
have.
put it
You
together, buddy. Okay,
don't
there's
have.
three of you, or there's
He ain't
one.
doing math
Okay, one of you has no face. You took the pistol, the only other weapon that you know about. You threw it in the
in the
pit of
water.
death.
Right.
So there's no other weapons here
Right.
except for the one you have in your hand.
Right.
You don't have any more. That's it, right? So
He
somebody else
ain't.
has to be here.
He
I
ain't
need
do,
you to do addition. Okay, I
he's
need you
not
to do
doing
some
math.
addition.
No, it's
I need you
close.
to put it together, right? I can't think about everything. You sure you DEA? Are you sure?
Well, he was able to do that math real quick for whatever the street value was for what was found in the plane. So
He said, I don't think there's anybody here. Zach, it has to be. It has to
right,
be. It has
right,
to be somebody here.
right.
There's no other way it could be.
So let me ask you this: I'm now. I saw the fall, and I would presume that he was. deceased also. But if you notice, with the exception of those two, after everyone passed away, they showed their bodies. They, however, did not show his body,
They did.
not Zach.
Oh no, they didn't show Zach's body.
So how do we know he didn't fall into the treetop or something?
A treetop? I don't know how you know. I don't listen. Listen, I don't know.
A
I don't know
canopy.
if you know
I
how.
don't
I don't know
know.
if you know. I don't know if
I'm
you know
just
how gravity
saying.
works, right?
I no. I'm just saying they have shown everyone else's body that has passed away. They've shown everybody else with the exception of hers and his. So stop
I'm gonna
laughing
tell
at
you
me.
right now because
Go
I feel
ahead.
like I'm gonna tell you right now because I feel like you're right, right? Because Zach's wife is in this. I'm
Hmm.
gonna tell you right now. If Zach, no, if Zach's ass
It's so
pops
loud.
up, right? If they
Listen.
find out, if I find out that this man is alive after falling off that cliff, right? It is a 2.5 hour walk that he fell off of that,
Right.
right?
That means yeah.
And
And
he
they
was
showed
shot.
it from a distance. Right.
And he was shot.
Uh
Why do I feel like he's still alive?
huh.
Chris, why do I feel like he's still alive? I feel like he's still alive, man. And I can't. Watch. It's gonna be some dumb shit. Like he gonna be hanging on to the edge of the cliff. Hanging on to one shoulder. Ah, pull me up. No, 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 Zach. No, Zachary. No,
Mm, mm,
no. There's no
mm.
way. He fell off that cliff backwards, shot. Okay.
Right. But now,
I don't care what this show says. Zach is dead.
think of it. If Zach is still alive, that give and she or whatever, if the person that is hunting them, quote unquote, if it's an additional person and Zach is still alive and that additional person is killed, that gives you your nine bodies. That means her and Zach are still alive.
Wait, what? Say it again.
So let's say you had an another individual, right, that was unaccounted for.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say Zach is still alive, and let's say she kills the additional person that was unaccounted for. That means her and Zach are still alive.
No,
That's your
my
nine
ass.
bodies.
No,
That's your nine
no. There's
bodies.
no. There's no way. There
Just
is
saying.
no
I'm just
way.
saying. There
Okay.
you go.
There's no way. There is no way. He put another one in her as she was sitting there talking shit. Huh? She was
So
like, you bastard. And he was like, "Bah, bah." I mean, he put her
I'm
down like he
I'm
wanted her to shut her mouth.
I'm just saying. All right.
And Zach, there's no way Zach is alive. I mean, I'm telling you, you are right. He's probably alive. There's no way he's alive. He got shot in the chest and he fell off of a cliff that is a 2.5 hour climb. Zach
Mhm.
is dead, regardless of what this show says. And if I tune in next week and his ass is alive, I might not even watch the rest. I'll be like, nope,
Well,
nope,
that's the
sorry,
last
Zach.
episode next
I
week.
don't care. Nope.
You
I can't I can't with this show, man. The reasons behind anyone doing anything makes zero sense.
hmm
Zero.
hmm I
Who
agree.
is it? Who is it?
I don't. I'm telling. I think. I don't know. I think it would. I think it was the guy that she said um had too much fun with whatever substance
You
they
think
were
it
doing.
was her boyfriend?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. At this point, who cares? I'm just throwing out, see what hits the wall. Who knows?
I don't.
You think it's someone
I
that
don't.
we have been introduced to?
Okay, look. Here's who it's not. Okay, it's not the big man because whether he died from the poison or not, you would notice that
Travis,
it was him.
right?
They'll be
Oh
like,
my
hold
god.
up, is that your big ass under there? I know you's the biggest one in this group. I know it's you.
All right.
So it's not him. It's
Mm-hmm.
not his wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Kevin because Kevin has no face.
Right.
It's not Eric.
Eric is the was the
I'm
one
sorry,
that was
Eric. Eric, my bad. Zach. It's not Zach.
right.
It's not the Jurassic Park lady. It's not her.
Jurassic.
The lady that was digging Zach.
Oh, oh my God. Yeah.
So it's not her.
Trying to get some play out. Oh my God. Go ahead.
It's not. It's not the wrestler, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's not the wrestler because we watched him
Right.
get one of these, right?
Right.
So it's not
Mm-hmm.
him. Who else? Who else is there?
You had the well, it's also not the chick who, what do you call them on the plane? They hand out the peanuts. Not them, because she had her neck broke on the
The
plane.
Stewart? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
This is definitely not her. She
Well,
didn't
but
do
she's
anything.
included as one of the 10. Or yeah, she's included as one of the
There's no
original.
way it's the stewardess. Her vertebrae
I'm just going through everything.
was up
So,
front.
right? It's not the husband and wife. Well, you said you think it's the husband though. Explain to me how it's him because he had gunshots in his bag.
Okay, there's no one left. Like everyone else is dead for sure.
Hmm.
It's dead for sure. So it's either someone you haven't seen yet, which I doubt, or it's him.
Okay, but
It's
when
him.
they found their bodies, you still had Kevin was alive. Didn't he check their pulse or something?
I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. And
Okay.
I want to hear what you guys who you guys think it is in the comment section. I'm calling it right now. I'm gonna tell you in a second who I think it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly who I think it is.
Okay.
Give me your pick. Who is it?
I don't care, so that's why I'm just saying it's her
No,
boyfriend.
no,
I
no, you
can't
can
know.
because
I
do you
don't
see what
care.
we're doing? Do you see what we're
Okay.
doing?
I'm
You see
telling
what
you
we
who I
do?
think it is. I'm telling you, it's her boyfriend. That's who I think it is.
Who?
What's her name's boyfriend who took too much of the fun?
What the what are you talking about?
The
What
chick
is
who,
fun?
I can't say the word on YouTube, man. The chick who took too
Oh,
much.
okay. The scientist lady, her boyfriend.
Yes.
You think it's her? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I think it's the crazy girl.
But she shot in the back too.
I don't think she is. I
They
don't think she
literally
is.
showed them both shot in the back.
No, they showed blood on the back of their shirt. They are the only ones who are part of this group who can legitimately be still alive. Everyone else is dead for sure.
Explain that to me because they showed them shot in the back and he was talking to her. Okay, I guess if she was playing like she was deceased, but explain to me how.
Okay, well, I could do you one better than that. They walked away from their group for 10 seconds. They had 87 bullet holes in their back. How did that happen with no noise? How did that go down? Huh?
Well, if
They're
you
the
got
only
some,
one they're the only ones that weren't checked. They were not checked, right? They were not checked. Everyone else is dead for certain. For
but if you
certain.
have someone out there, go ahead.
You either watched them die or you saw their body and you were like, "Oh yeah, they're done. They're done. There's no way they're coming back from that." Everyone else, you know for sure, is dead.
Except for
For
that.
sure.
Okay.
They were not checked. They were just sitting on a log with bloodstains on their back, and he had blood coming out his mouth. I don't know how he would fake something like that, but
But I'm
it,
just saying, so you're saying, okay, but if we have someone out there who's got the sat phone or whatever, why can't we presume? I mean, it's a big stretch, but that, bro,
I'm sorry. Sorry. Your voice is like NyQuil.
wow.
I'm just kidding.
Why can't we presume that they have a silencer? I'm just saying. At this point, you can't put anything past anything, right?
Kelly says I can see it being the wife over the husband. Here's what I would say. Right. Here's what I would say. You are the bad guy. Right. You clearly have a gun. Yeah. You're after the booger sugar that is in the overhead compartment of this airplane, which just so happened not to get destroyed in a goddamn plane crash. But that's fine, right? That's fine. That's fine.
Well,
Not
plane didn't go up in
the
flames.
the
So.
the passenger compartment is fine. The luggage compartment was fine, and the
Mm-hmm.
dope was fine. The rest of the plane destroyed,
Yes,
but all the important stuff
all of it. Mm-hmm.
a okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, I can't see it being anybody else. I don't know why the bad guy wouldn't have just been like, listen, yeah, you guys don't know about me, or I'm just gonna come clean because I don't have time for all this shit. Listen, I'm taking what's in the plane and I'm leaving. Right? Does anyone have any objections? No. Okay. See you later, I guess.
Oh,
Um, I don't know why you did why you wouldn't do that.
well, yeah, I don't know either, especially, but I guess it,
Could have ended this on the first day.
but it
I'm gonna
depends
send
on,
rescue, but I'm taking this dope and I'm leaving. Everybody good?
but
Yeah.
doesn't it depend on who it is? Because if it is someone that, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like the reason why, whether it was someone that was a part of the plane crash or an additional individual that was, because now let's think about it. You had the pilot who at the beginning he said he knew that like they were all going to be killed or whatever if they went down. Does that mean then he knew? Because keep in mind, you have that company that the plane came out of that used this that this airline or whatever comes out of. So they are very specifically trafficking. At least that's the impression that you get, that they are trafficking. The fares are low, et cetera, et cetera. So was it something that the pilot knew that there was an additional passenger on the plane?
I don't know. I don't
See,
know.
now you can now you want to say that you don't care, right? Go ahead, say it.
It's not. It's not. It's not that I don't. Yes, it is. It's that I don't care. But there's more to it. Like he. I don't. I have to. I have to
What?
see the last episode, but I have a feeling that this last episode is just going to be stupid.
Yes, it
Right?
will be.
They're gonna show somebody and you had no idea that it was this person. Like it's gonna end up being somebody dumb like the pilot or somebody like that, and you're gonna be like, there's no way, dude. There's no goddamn way. Or something like that. And it just did this need to happen?
No.
Did this need to happen? Did any of this need to happen? Like why are you picking off these poor people?
I am hoping that at the end of this, they at least provide some explanation to that, like what you're saying, like what is instead of just going in and taking the substance and then leaving. Because if you are creeping through the night and able to get up on these people without anyone else hearing you do it, then why can't you just take
Yeah. Why you could just take the dope and go? Why you gotta
without
come in here
them even knowing? Yeah, yeah.
why you gotta come in here and steal the hostess and snacks?
That
Huh?
wasn't
And
the
take the
snack. That
jellos
was the
and
that was the
all that stuff. Why
wrestler.
you
That
gotta do
was the
all that? That's just villainous. You know?
oh my
That's just villainous. You
god.
didn't take that.
That was
You had a sat phone. Huh? You could have left anytime you wanted. You could have taken that weapon, ordered them to go away, or just shot everybody all the same because they didn't have a weapon. They didn't have a weapon. There's only one couple that had a weapon. You could have gunned them down and just took whatever you wanted whenever you wanted it, right?
right,
And just
right.
left. You had a sat phone, but instead you just decided to slowly but surely take their snacks.
Make it a game. Yeah, Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Snack stealing. That's the worst. And they start blaming each other like you took it, did you? No, I didn't take nothing.
What
Uh,
you talking about the food or
the premise of this makes zero sense, especially if you have a weapon. It doesn't make sense.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You you could cover your face and come to the same conclusion,
Right. I
right?
agree. I agree.
You could
Mm-hmm.
cover your face and then have them empty the plane, tell them where the dope is, have them empty the plane. You could use a sat phone, tell them that help is on the way. I will rescue you. You'll be rescued here soon. Like this didn't need to go down this way.
Right.
Right? None of this needed to happen.
Right.
Everybody could
Right.
have just gone home. It had just been a crazy story. Guess what happened? You ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. There was some dude out there. He was super nice. He wanted his dope back. But yeah,
Right.
yeah, he got us up out of there. It's
Oh
just
God. I don't know. Like I said, I looked up last week. Um, it's written by a novelist, so I think that's why you have the beginning story part with the military, and then they go into the rest of the story. That's the only reason why I can think of that because he set it up. I feel like he would actually a novel, but I at this point I feel like a school kid waiting for the last damn day of school with this series because I'm gonna run out throwing papers in the air and I don't know TPing some teacher's house or something. I have no idea. I
I
know I'm over this damn show,
yeah,
over it.
I've gotten to the point now where I will fast forward a show just to get to the end, just to see who it was, and then turn it off. Right? Just turn it, just turn, just turn it off.
You can't
Just
do that.
I don't care what your motivations were. Just turn the goddamn thing off. Just turn it off. Okay. Now it's going to be somebody you don't like or didn't know, and that's fine, right? But I don't have to sit there and watch an hour of your bullshit
Yeah,
just
but
to
you have to
just.
figure out the nuances. Like they're going to
No,
provide
I
some
don't figure out nothing.
explanation. Oh my god.
No, I don't
So,
figure out
like you
shit.
just
Okay, it
said
was
to
your
me, do
job to
you know
explain
what
it.
we do? Do you know what we do?
No, I
You
gave you
have to.
5 episodes. I gave you 5 episodes to explain it. You didn't want to do it,
Oh
right? You
my
didn't want to
god.
do it. You wanted to keep secrets and suspense and all of that. Well, I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired of your mess. I'm tired of this show. I'm tired of being misled. I'm tired of the stupid decisions. I'm tired of cops being cops and hiding their weapon under rocks. I'm tired of people uh, lighting up beacons and then coming to stupid conclusions. When they climbed back up to the top of that mountain the second time, they were like, "Oh, the beacon must have the wire must have fallen off. It fell off. It's got a lock on it. There's no way it fell off." Okay.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Pause, pause, pause. Let that breathe. Fletch just asked, is Nine Bodies worth watching? Absolutely not.
Yes,
No,
watch it. Oh
no,
yeah.
no,
Yep. Yep.
no.
Watch it.
Fletch,
It's so good.
I'm begging
It's
you,
so
please do
good.
not waste your time, sir.
It's so good. It's
No,
so great.
no. Anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah, just dumb decision after dumb decision. Climbing up to the top of the mountain, coming back down because there's buzzards flying over a dead person. When you could have went down to that mountain anytime you wanted to see what they were flying over. But you didn't want to do that, right? You coming back, you got two weapons. Nobody's using them, but they have the weapon and they took all the goddamn bullets and put them under another rock. So you got a Glock under this rock and you got bullets under this rock. Nobody's using anything. Okay? Nobody. Everybody's getting a full night of sleep every night. And for some reason, we're sleeping on the ground instead of in a goddamn cold or a warm airplane. But that's fine. It's neither here nor there. They locked up the refrigerator with snacks, and the snacks still got stolen with the lock on it. So it
Right,
clearly didn't
right,
matter, right?
right,
The
right.
DEA agent is doing a shitty job of being a DEA
He is
agent, right? Because
trying not to blow his cover. He
no,
needs
I
to
don't hear
make
that
sure he
shit.
gets this.
If you in a plane crash, are you hanging onto your cover? I'm brushing myself off like, God damn, hey, you lucky this time. You are lucky, bitch. Listen, I was gonna put your ass in jail, but since we was in this plane crash, yeah, I'm DEA, bitch. I almost got you. I almost got you. Yeah, you almost got your ass. But no, none of that is happening. Now we're just leaving each other. Now we're getting to fall asleep every night. Now we're not doing anything. We're just suspicious of people, right? We're coming to stupid decisions. right? The doctor loses his face, and there's a gunshot off in the distance, but there's only one gun, and they got it in their hand, and they're like, no, there's nobody else here. I need you to do the math inside your goddamn head, okay?
So,
There has to be another person. There has to be another person, okay? This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. So,
okay, all right.
yeah, it's worth watching. Go ahead and
No,
watch.
no,
Go ahead and watch. And then
no,
after that, catch up
no.
and watch
But
Yellow
we're gonna
Jackets.
we're gonna let that tirade breathe just for a second. My goodness.
I hate stupid
Yeah,
storytelling.
yeah,
I hate stupid storytelling. You can tell a story without doing this, without your
I agree.
I won't say
Mhm.
heroes. I'll say characters making dumb decisions. Who climbs to the top of a mountain and all of a sudden, for the first time in the entire show, it's foggy. It's foggy up there,
Right,
right? And then they separate on top of this hill. I'll be right back. I'm
right.
gonna go find some firewood. We just got here. I
We
don't need
just
firewood
got
yet. I don't need firewood yet. It's the middle of the day. I don't need it
right.
yet. How about we stay here? And you have the gun. So can you stay? Can you stay
But
here,
she
please?
was so, but she was trying to collect the firewood so that they could signal when the plane comes back. So that I understand, but you can't do it when it's foggy. So trying to collect this firewood at this point, especially when you can't even see it, and then she walked over like five. First of all, I don't even know where the hell you find a firewood on top of a damn mountain that has no trees.
One, I already set off the beacon. Okay, just check the whole area. Send the goddamn plane. Right? Send the military. Let's find us here. Right? I gotta start a fire.
Military.
I got this thing. I made this whole antenna. Right? Just get out of your plane and check the area because we're here.
Yeah,
Right?
but
Just
they
go
were,
to the blip. Just go to the blip. That's where we are.
but
Why I gotta light a fire?
okay. Well, I mean, I agree, but okay. Okay. All right. Well,
You don't agree?
no, I agree. I mean, I mean, you're in it today, man. Like, you just, woof.
That's what I
All
do
right.
on the show, man. I blast dumb storytelling. I hate story. I don't say I hate it. It's just while I'm watching it, I will sit up and go, "Oh no, I got to write this down because I got to talk about this on the show because there's no way I'm
Yeah.
letting you get away with that. I'm not letting you
Yeah.
get away with that."
Yeah. Well, I just, again, I'm going to a lot of the shows this week, like I said, made me want to tear down my TV and light the bitch on fire. But it's mostly because the writing has just become lazy. Like, not necessarily Daredevil, but Yellowjackets and Nine Bodies, absolutely. I still feel like Yellowjackets can redeem themselves if they just pick a lane, right? This show, Nine Bodies, is absolutely lazy. Daredevil wasn't lazy, but it did not live up to what it can be, right? What we started out with in this series, and definitely what we got when it was on Netflix. So I just don't know what's happening where a lot of the shows start out gangbusters. That's why I said I have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. So I'm not going to give my sign off on Mobland just yet. The show, this episode was good, but that's all I'm giving it at the moment. But where the series start out hot and then it's like something just like peters out or something. Like, I don't know what is going on, but you know, I all of these shows this week, with the exception of Mobland, worked every bit of my nerves. I just can't do it. I just
Trash,
can't do it.
trash,
I just can't do it.
trash. All of them trash. I won't say all of them are trash. Daredevil is still good, but they just got to get a move on. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at this point I could be Daredevil. You know, he ain't doing nothing special. He just walking around the city, just doing not blind man shit. That's what he's doing.
Will you stop
I
it?
feel like he can see. I feel like I can see. I'd be like, I would be in front of his face just doing that every day. You can see,
You
can't you?
stupid.
Your dumb ass can see. I'm not falling for that shit. You can see.
Oh gosh.
So yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of that. What are we watching this week? What we got coming out?
Um, hold on. Don't get me lying. We still got Daredevil. We still have Um, we got one more episode of, of Nine Bodies. Um, and Mobland. Listen, Last of Us comes out on the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. So we will be
Okay.
starting to cover that shortly. So, guys, get your popcorn, your wine, whatever you like to drink, whether it's water, wine, soda, whatever, bourbon, whatever. Get it together and let's get ready for when Last of Us comes out because let me tell you something. Now, Smitty, you said that you think it might follow the game,
What? Oh, it's
Last of
definitely gonna
Us.
follow the game. It's definitely
Okay.
gonna follow the game.
So
I
you
saw
said we're
that.
in for a surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If you have not played the game, if you have not played Last of Us 2, you are definitely in for a surprise. You will see that there is a, I don't know how to put this. There's definitely a conflict,
Hmm.
or you'll be conflicted in how you feel by the end because now I don't want to say
But
anymore. But
see, you
those
know
who
what?
play,
I like a storyline that'll do that, right? So hopefully it'll live up to that where I am watching it and I have that push pull, that tug of war internally. So hopefully, we will have that. Dieter, I am sorry that your little one is ill, but I'm glad you could join us for the last few minutes. I hope everything's okay. But
it,
I do enjoy, like I said, that push pull. So hopefully the writers got this right. Um, but hopefully we'll see. Hopefully it won't be any more trash that we have to live
there was
through.
another there was a show that was recommended on Discord. By the
What's
way, if
that?
you're not on our Discord, it's at the top of this. It's at the top of this comment page. You can come hang out with us. We talk about shows all day, movies, and that's all we do. It's free. I don't charge anybody anything. All you gotta do is go in there and start talking. So, um, yeah, come hang out with us, man. Like, share, subscribe, you enjoy the content, and come hang out with us on Discord. I promise you, I don't charge
Well,
anything.
what's the show?
What show?
You said someone recommended a show on this.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. So there was a show that somebody recommended. Maybe somebody can help me out in the comment section. It's with Seth Rogen, I believe, and I
Okay.
think Fletch was watching it and recommended it, and everybody said it was really funny. So, but
Oh,
I
the
can't think of it.
studio.
The studio. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the studio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The studio.
He's got another show I watched when I think it came out in 23 called Platonic. And that's also, I don't know if it's still on Apple, but it came out on Apple. I thought that was a pretty good show if you guys are interested in Seth Rogen, period. But yeah, the studio, they've been lighting it up in Discord about it. I haven't yet had a chance to watch it. So, um, you know, maybe I'll try and catch up with it this weekend. So we'll see.
Yeah. Andor comes out really
Yes.
soon,
Hmm.
and there's another Star Wars that's coming out, and I believe that it centers around what is her name? Ventress?
Don't ask
You
me.
don't know because you don't watch
No.
it like that, but it's a
Mm-mm.
continuation of where the last Star Wars cartoon, uh, yeah, cartoon kind of left off. But it's a very good show. It's a very interesting show, and Ventress was a very good character. She was a uh, uh, oh, I can't think of the name of those, but she's a very special like evil Jedi,
Okay.
and she was a dual wielding. I think she was a witch too. But anyway, her story is really good,
Hmm.
and you should watch. You should watch. You should watch that show.
Okay.
So, and a lot of those characters are going to be carried over to the movie. I'm pretty sure that they're trying to put their name out, so when they come out in the movies, you'll know who they are. Like, oh, it's that dude with the blue eyes. So, but
Okay.
that's all I got. I mean, there's nothing else. Ventress and Bane. Yes, thank you, Lisa. Bane and Ventress. Yeah, Bane was in the last Star Wars show. They only brought him in for like a minute, which I hated. But he's a
Mm-hmm.
bounty hunter. He's an alien bounty hunter, and it's pretty awesome. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Well,
but that's all I got.
all right.
You good?
Yes, sir. Great show. I loved it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show as well, and hope definitely that you will come back and join us next week. Fletch, Wheel of Time season 3 is a semi worth the watch. It's gotten a little tiresome. Hopefully they'll pick it up a little bit, but that is my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you guys for joining us. What you got to say, Smitty?
Don't forget to join us on Tuesdays where we don't do specific movies or shows. We talk about different subjects, probably about what do you think about Star Wars and how do you feel about Marvel now? Is Marvel back? Those kind of things and current events, stuff like that. But everything is movie related. No politics or any of that shit. Um, yeah, that's about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any ideas for a show or anything that you want us to discuss, I mean, you can hit us up on Discord and we can talk about it. Again, the Discord is free. I don't charge anybody anything. So, yeah, come hang out with us, man, if you ain't doing anything. And don't
Mm-hmm.
forget to like, at least leave a like on here so we know that you
Please.
enjoy the show
Yes.
and we can keep bringing you some more content, man. So, every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 o'clock.
Hey.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. I love y'all, seriously. And thank you
Mm-hmm.
for
Yep.
spending your Thursday with us. You done? You good?
Yep. I'm good. Thank you
All right.
guys.
All right.
Cheers.
I'll holla.